and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film in the morning, but for some reason my skin was very irritated. I know that it is because of two factors. One is I'm going to get my periods in few days, so usually during that time my skin can be a little irritated. But the second major reason is that, because I was going out for a few days, only this area, this region, wherever I apply the mask, I use the mask, only that area was very irritated. Like here I had a lot of redness in the morning and a lot of bumpiness in texture, and the fact that I was able to calm it down by the end of the day is amazing. So I'm just going to show you the products I use. Plus I wasn't feeling that great, so I just wanted to use the products that I had in hand. So the first thing that I used in the morning as soon as I woke up was this Professional O3 Plus's Radiant Paper Mask. I had three of it. Two I have already used. This is the last one that I have, and this is what I applied. This instantly brightened my skin, calmed my skin, but also gave it a lot of hydration and glow. So this was one of the masks that I used. And in the evening, so this was the only thing I used. I didn't use any other skincare products, nothing. I used this. And in the evening I used three products, and those three products were because I wanted to the pores around here felt very congested, and I felt like I wanted to really clean it up. I used this Good Vibes Licorice Brightening Face Mask. I've spoken about this so many times on my channel. I really like this on days when my skin feels extremely dull and all of that. I used this. And then after that I used this Good Vibes Licorice Brightening Toner. I have spoken about this also, very nice toner. And to then finally lock everything in, I used the Good Vibes Aloe Vera Moisturizing Face Serum. I am obsessed with this, guys. If there's any one product that you have to try out, it's this. This is amazing. You can see how my skin, there's no redness, the bumpiness has almost gone and all of that. And these were the only products I used, because sometimes when your skin is irritated, don't do anything else except few things to just calm it down and to heal your skin. So I didn't use any other skincare products. I just used 4 of these products and my skin has gone back to its normal state, and I'm really happy. And I was actually surprised that I was able to calm it down by the end of the day, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, that's it. I will leave the links in the description box for you guys to check it out. And on my lips today, I'm wearing this purple lip crayon matte mate in From Never to Forever. It's a very nice red shade, and these are extremely matte. They set and they're very, very light on your lips. So I hope I just cleared off whatever products I use, because as you can see, my skin feels and looks amazing, and this was just in one day. So coming to today's topic of heart to heart, it wasn't planned, but I saw this particular comment a few days back. I've been trying to find it, I don't know where, and I had actually replied to that comment. So that comment brought in a lot of feelings, and I thought I should address it and discuss it, because I'm sure a lot of other girls out there also must be feeling this. Now, the reason I take so long to do a heart-to-heart episode is because it takes a lot for me to really put myself out there and talk about my personal experiences, and that's why it takes a lot of time for me to make these episodes. And also I get a lot of messages from boys saying I should not be sitting here and bashing guys, because not all guys are the same. I completely agree, and I'm not sitting here bashing guys. I'm not like a man hater, someone who doesn't like men and all of that. I'm talking my personal experience, and I share what I have gone through, and I listen to what my girls have gone through. So it's mainly girls discussing here. It's not that we are sitting here to bash boys. We're just bashing the boys who we've dealt with. So no, this is not just for girls. I know there are a lot of girls who treat men badly, who cheat on them and all of that. But here, it's just us girls talking. So it's not like we are bashing you guys. But the comment was on my recent video, I think, was, you're 29 and you're still not married. And when I saw that comment, I really didn't get angry, I didn't get upset, but I was just thinking how society has conditioned us in such a way where if a girl is of a certain age, she has to be married, which I completely disagree with. I don't think age has anything to do with marriage. I think a girl should get married when she's ready to get married, when she finds someone she is, willing to spend the rest of her life with. And age and marriage have nothing to do with each other. There is no connection at all. Now, saying this, I also have realized that these questions are mostly directed to girls. Guys don't get this much. I'm not saying that they don't get it at all. They do. But when compared to girls, I feel like girls are always under that, pressure where constantly asked, like, once you're 25 and above, then it's all about marriage. Your world has to revolve around marriage. If you go for a family function, if you meet relatives, the first question they ask you is, when are you getting married? Like, do you have someone? Why are you not married yet? And honestly, at the age of 28, I mean, when I was in college, when I was doing like BCom and all of that, in my head, I was like, 25, I need to be married. I need to have my first child also by 25. And by 28, I should have my second child. That was the plan. But then as I grew and, as time went by, I realized that there was no connection to marriage and age. A girl should get married only when she wants to get married, when she's ready to get married. But it's really sad that in our society, a lot of times parents put this like really intense pressure on girls to, be married. And I'm at a stage in my life, or I'm at this point in my life where I'm okay with marrying late. Whether it's 30, 35, 40, I'm okay marrying late. But I don't want to marry wrong, because I want to get married only once and I want to do it right. And I don't want to be stuck in a bad marriage just because society expects that. Oh, a lot of times, okay, like, again, it's personal experience. A lot of times I have heard a lot of my friends who are in bad marriages, who've been told that you're the girl, you have to adjust a little, compromise a little, it's okay. The first year is always going to be like that. He'll get used to it. Give him a child, he'll be fine, and stuff like that. And I have such major problems with that, because I feel like nobody should stay in a bad marriage just because families are involved, or because the society expects you to, compromise. And let's be honest, when compared to men, this pressure is more on women, where you are expected to, adjust and fix your marriage and sort it out, because no matter how independent you are or whatever it is, when you decide to come out of a relationship, a bad marriage, you will always be targeted. The kind of things girls have to hear because they've made a decision to call off a wedding or, to finish the marriage is ridiculous. And that's why when someone looks at me and they're like, you're 28, like, why have, first of all, a lot of them messaged me saying it wasn't smart for me to call off my relationship, which I think is ridiculous. Just because I'm 28, I'm not going to, stay in a bad relationship and then get married and stay in a bad marriage. But I'm not worried. And thankfully, I come from a family where girls were never pressurized to get married because they're of a certain age, or like, oh my god, you're 29, you're going to be 30, you should be married. I don't come from a family like that. Again, I know a lot of my friends who've been through a lot of intense pressure and get married only because their parents won't stop talking about it, and I find that very, very sad. Like, if you think about it, all of my friends are married. Like, whoever, I have like Kirti, childhood friend from my college, they're all married. I'm the only one who is nowhere close to getting married, and you know what, I'm absolutely fine. I have no problem with that at all. I will not get married until I find the person that I think I want to settle with. I'm not going to get married just because I'm 28. I'm not going to get married just because all my friends are getting married. I'm not going to get married because, you know, I feel lonely, or you know, I think that a lot of times, you know, I've seen this when a lot of independent women decide that they don't want to get married. The first question is like, oh, but how will you live your life without a man? And I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. And I'm sure a lot of you girls must be going through the same thing. But if you are in a bad marriage, don't stay in it, please. Don't stay in it just because, you know, your parents have spent money on your marriage, or you know, relatives are involved, or because you think, you know, what will people say. People will say what they want to say, because people have no other work. Whether you do something good or something bad, people will always talk. So if you are in a bad marriage and you want to come out of it, come out of it with your head held high, because there's nothing wrong that you are doing. Thinking of yourself and putting yourself first is not wrong. And especially if you are going through a difficult time in your marriage, step out of it, and step out of it with dignity. And I'm really sorry if you're not getting any kind of support, or there are no people to support you. I promise you, I'm sure there are a lot of people in your life who will stand up with you and support you, even if your own, you know, family is against it. But don't stay in a marriage that is not making you happy, or, you know, like, if you're miserable, what's the point? What's the point of staying in a place where you are miserable and you're not living your life? So come out of it. Now, another thing is, a lot of times, you know, women are scared of the label divorcee, which I find very ridiculous, because when a girl is divorced, that's the only thing people can see. People cannot see beyond the fact that, you know, maybe she's an intelligent woman, maybe she's amazing at her work, maybe she's brilliant at, you know, what she does. But those things don't matter. What matters is that, oh my god, she's a divorcee, something must be wrong with her. Now, divorce is always going to be difficult, whether you are a guy or girl. But trust me when I say this, it is much harder for a woman, because you know, the way society speaks about a woman who decided to you know, get divorced is completely different. Now, while I'm saying all this, I also want you to know that it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. People will talk for a few days, for a few weeks, or few months, but after that, you are going to live your life, and we have just one life. We are not going to get, you know, multiple chances at this life. So might as well do what makes you happy and stand up for yourself. And coming to me, don't worry about me. I'm 28, whether I'm 28 or I'm 38. If I'm not, you know, willing to get married, if I'm not ready to get married, I will not get married, and nobody can shame me for that. I'm not going to feel you know, like, embarrassed, or I'm not going to feel ashamed for not being married. So, you know, like, next time you see a woman who is 25 and above, don't ask her. The first question is like, always the first question is like, oh, when are you getting married? Why are you not getting married? Don't, you know, these personal questions like, why are you not getting married? When are you getting married? When are you planning to have a baby? Or you know, like, all these personal questions you shouldn't be asking unless, you know, it's a very close friend. Then that's a different thing. But otherwise, you shouldn't be asking, because you never know what a person is going through. And it's simple. Like, I don't think it is anyone's business, you know, to question what a person does or doesn't do with their personal life, as long as it's not hurting others, right? As long as you're not hurting others, then what decisions you make should be your private choice, and nobody has a right to say anything about it. Saying this to all my girls out there, if you are in a bad marriage or you are going through divorce, just know that you are doing everything you can to save your dignity, to save your self-respect, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I will always support you guys, when it comes to standing up for yourself or making a decision for yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And if you are going through a tough marriage, if you are in a miserable marriage, then just know that if you don't want to stay in it, if you can't stay in a difficult marriage, come out of it. There's nothing wrong with it. People are going to point out, people are going to talk. I'm really thankful that I come from a family like this, because my brothers have always told me one thing. They've told me that, knowing you, we know that you will try and, try to do everything that you can to fix a marriage, like if I'm married. But the day you feel like you can't do it anymore, come out of it. Come out of it and come back home. No one's going to question you, no one's going to say anything, and no one's going to put any kind of pressure on you. So don't ever think that, once you're married, I've heard a lot of parents tell this to their daughters, that, oh, once you're married, that is your house. This is not your house anymore. And I find that ridiculous, because if every parent thinks the way my brothers do, I feel so many girls would not be staying in an unhappy relationship or a miserable marriage, because they know that their parents are there to support them. Because a lot of times, parents who have been very supportive, educated parents, don't support their daughters when it comes to separation, when it comes to them making a decision of getting divorced. I don't know why parents choose not to support their daughters, but I find that really sad, because nobody out there would just chumma stand up and be like, oh, I want to get divorced. Divorce is not like a decision you make overnight. A lot of thinking goes in it, and a lot of struggles go through your mind when you are thinking of separating. So just know that if you are thinking, if you are like that, and you've done everything to fix it and you have given up, come out of it. And I think as women, the biggest help we can give each other is supporting, and not being judgmental based on someone wanting to get divorced or someone already being a divorcee, because I find that ridiculous. I think it's sad that people, the first thing is like, oh, she's a divorcee, and I don't like those labels. I mean, yes, the girl was married, it didn't work out, she chose to protect her peace of mind, her dignity and her self-respect, and she came out of it. It's as simple as that. And about my marriage, when it happens, I will be really open about it, and I will share every single detail about my marriage with you guys. But yeah, don't shame anyone for not being married at a certain age. Where is it written that if you are like 28 or 29 you have to be married? Like, there's no rule, okay, except the fact that society has conditioned our brain like that. So yeah, that was the only thing I wanted to say. And if you are going through a difficult time, comment below. I feel like my channel has become a safe space for anyone to talk anything. So if you are going through something difficult, please share it, and we'll help each other, because we are there for each other. And that's it. That's all, guys. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. And I will meet you in my next episode of Heart to Heart, which I don't know when it'll happen, because again, like I said, it takes a lot for me to put myself out there and talk about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will meet you guys in my next episode. Bye.